It was meant to be a simple night out, nothing more than a friendly gathering at our neighbor's place. I slipped into one of my favorite outfits, put on a practiced smile, and told myself to enjoy the evening. Daniel, my husband, stood quietly by the drinks table, making polite conversation with a couple of familiar faces. He wasn't the type to draw attention, never loud, never showy, but he had a gentle soul. That used to be the quality I admired most about him. But lately, something inside me had shifted. The warmth I once felt for him had cooled. Instead of affection, I found myself restless, dissatisfied, even resentful, though I never spoke it aloud. As the evening unfolded, I began tossing out small jokes at his expense. Harmless quips, or so I thought, about his clothing, the way he held his glass, the little habits that made him who he was. At first, people chuckled politely. The attention lit me up. It felt as though I had taken center stage, and Daniel had unknowingly become the punchline. But I didn't stop. The teasing grew bolder, sharper. I started mimicking his walk, exaggerating his voice, and soon the room was roaring with laughter, all of it directed at him. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed his expression tightening, his jaw clenching. Still, I brushed it off. To me, it was just entertainment. Until I went too far. Honestly, Daniel, I blurted, loud enough for the whole room to hear. Sometimes I wonder why I married you at all. You're so dull, so predictable. It's a miracle you tolerate me. The laughter that followed was mixed, some nervous, some genuine. But Daniel didn't laugh. He lifted his head, eyes locking onto mine with a stillness that made my stomach twist. He took a measured breath, squared his shoulders, and began walking toward me. Conversations died instantly. The air grew heavy, the silence sharp. Friends exchanged uneasy glances as he stopped directly in front of me. When he finally spoke, his voice was calm but unwavering. I think this is to end. I gave a shaky laugh, desperate to undo the weight of his words. Come on, you're overreacting. It was just a joke. Everyone's laughing. He shook his head. No. This wasn't a joke. You humiliated me tonight, and it's not the first time. I've overlooked it before, tried to forgive it, but tonight you made it clear. I can't keep doing this. Panic surged through me. Daniel, please. We can talk this out. He raised a hand, silencing me mid-sentence. There's nothing left to discuss. I can't be with someone who mocks me, diminishes me, and disrespects me, whether it's behind closed doors or in front of a crowd. Not anymore. The room felt frozen, every eye fixed on us. My throat went dry as I stammered, "You're ending our marriage over a joke?" His reply cut like ice. It wasn't a joke. It was betrayal. And betrayal is something I cannot forgive. I'm done. With that, he turned, walked to the door, and left. The laughter, the buzz of the party, all of it collapsed into silence, leaving me paralyzed. In the days that followed, Daniel moved quickly. He filed for divorce without anger, without shouting, without theatrics. He simply stepped forward with quiet dignity, leaving me behind. I reached out, sent messages, begged to apologize, but he never responded. His decision was final. Those who had witnessed the party later admitted how stunned they'd been. Not just at my cruelty, but at the calm, powerful way Daniel responded. He hadn't needed revenge or rage. He didn't need to embarrass me back. He simply stood tall, turned his back, and ended everything. It was only later, when the dust had settled, that the weight of my actions fully sank in. What I had brushed off as playful teasing had in truth shattered trust, stripped away respect, and destroyed the love that had once bound us. Months passed. Daniel settled into a new apartment, built a fresh routine, and shaped a life rooted in self-respect. I remained alone, haunted by that night, the night he looked into my eyes and said he was done. I eventually understood the brutal lesson. Betrayal doesn't always scream. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it hides behind jokes. And sometimes the most devastating act isn't shouting or fighting. It's the quiet strength of walking away. Daniel didn't need to win an argument. He didn't need to raise his voice. He simply chose dignity. And in that choice, He left me with a memory I can never erase. The night I turned my husband into a punchline, and he walked away for good. Respect, I learned too late, is fragile. Love cannot survive mockery. And the strongest people don't stay to argue. They leave, and they never look back.